It was getting late, and the disciples were wondering where they were going to have Passover meal. So they asked Jesus about it. He told them, "Go into the city and find a man who's carrying water. He will tell you where we're going to eat. Everything's been prepared." And so they did. They moved out, found the man they were talking about, and started to enjoy their Passover dinner. While they were talking, Jesus said, "One of you is going to betray me." "No, that's not going to happen," Jesus said. "I promise you that it will." They all sat and pondered while Judas left the group. This food is our Passover, but it's also very symbolic for you. Take the bread. I'm going to break it for you. The bread is like my body, broken for you, for the love of God, and for all we have shared together. Every time you eat it, remember me. Same with the cup. It is my blood spilled out for all of you. Share this cup in love, and remember me when you do it. They were all very moved by what Jesus was showing them. But Peter was getting agitated, and he said, "Who's going to betray us?" Jesus looked at Peter and then he said, "Before the rooster crows twice, you're going to deny knowing me." "Never," said Peter. "Whatever you're facing, I'm going to face it right beside you." Jesus didn't say anything. Eventually, they all left. And Jesus asked two of his followers if they would come with him to the Mount of Olives to pray. And while he was praying, his followers fell asleep. When Jesus came back, he looked at them. "I asked you to stay awake. Could you not stay with me just a little while? Why can't you stay awake with me?" This happened 3 times, and Jesus got bothered by them 3 times when he had to wake them up again. The 3rd time while he was there, Judas came with the guards and kissed Jesus on the cheek. The guards knew that Jesus was the one they had to take, so they took him. Peter got really upset and took his sword and hurt the guard, but Jesus healed the guard and told Peter not to do that. Together they went with their disciples not far behind. They were meeting with the high priest. Finally, the high priest said, "Are you really the Son of God? Are you the one who is meant to be the Messiah?" Jesus said, "Yes, I am." "Blasphemy," the priest said. You heard him confess. It is blasphemy. He is not the one that is supposed to be leading our revolution. He is someone who is hateful, and he's going to start problems. The disciples by that time had fled. The priest made sure Jesus was taken away, and he was beaten by the priests and by the guards and by the Romans. Meanwhile, Peter was walking around, and he was looking everywhere to try to figure out what he should do. A servant girl saw him. "Aren't you the one that follows Jesus?" "No," Peter said. "I'm sure you're the one. I saw you with him in the temple." "No, you must be thinking of someone else," Peter said. "I don't think so. You are the one. I don't know what you're talking about. Leave me alone." And just as he turned away, the rooster crowed for the 2nd time. And Peter realized it was just as Jesus had promised. He had denied knowing Jesus. And Peter just broke down and cried.